So this is part 2 of the train track method, or for solving equations. So now we're on number 3. So you're going to write this down. For number 3, 6x plus 5 equals 5x plus 8. So again, while you're writing that down, I'm going to build this on the mat. So on the left side, I have 6 x's. And I have 5 positives. And on the right side, I have 5 x's. And I have 8 positives. So now again, I have no zero pairs on the left side or the right side. What we are going to do is, to show our work, we're going to do train tracks, again, to divide the left side from the right side. And if you look at your tiles, again, I look at my x's and I want to think about, well, what can I try to get rid of on both sides? It looks like the smallest amount of x's is 5 x's on each side. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 5 negative x's to each side. So I'm going to do that. Now, to show that step, what you're going to do is we're just going to record. I put negative 5 x's, or 5 negative x's on each side. So I'm going to write negative 5x on the left side and negative 5x on the right side. Notice I am trying to put the x's underneath the other x's so that I can keep that straight. So now I need to take care of those zero pairs. So if you look at this, I had 6 positives and 5 negative x's. So what I can do is I can take out 5 zero pairs. What I'm left with is 1 x. So on the left side, I still have an x, and I still have 5. Here's my train track, my equal sign. And now on the right side, again, here's my zero pair. They're zeroed out, they're gone. Okay, so that all goes away. But I still have 8 positives on the right side. So x plus 5 equals 8. Now the next thing we can do then is, I need that x to be all by itself. So what I'm going to try to do is add 5 negatives to each side. So to show that step, I'm just going to add 5 negatives to the left side and 5 negatives to the right side. So when I look at my zero pairs, I notice that 5 positives and 5 negatives are going to be 0. And here's how I show that with the tiles. Those are all gone. Okay, 5 positives, 5 negatives. So what I still have on the left side is an x. On the right side, I had 8 positives and 5 negatives. Well, if you look at your zero pairs, these go away, and that guy. And now on the right side of my equation, I have 3 positives. So my solution is that x equals 3. Now again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to check my work. The original equation said 6x plus 5 equals 5x plus 8. If I think x equals 3, I'm going to plug that in to see if it works. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 5, and that's going to give me 23. On the right side, 5 times 3 is 15, plus 8, which also gives me 23. So my answer is x equals 3. So we're going to try another one. So again, now we're on number 4, so you're going to go to number 4 in your box, or the box that says number 4. Okay, Our next equation, we're going to have some negatives here. So you're going to copy this down. Negative 8 plus 3x equals x plus 2. While you're copying that down, I'm going to put over here 8 negatives. And 3 x's. On the right side, I have 1x and I have 2 positives. So again, I'm going to look for any zero pairs on each side, which I don't see any. So we're going to draw our train tracks so we can record our work. Now, if you look at the picture, one thing I can do is I can add some negative x's to each side. So if I look at this, I have 3 x's on the left, 1 x on the right. So I can add a negative x to each side. And again, to show your work, you're going to put a negative x on the left and a negative x on the right. So my zero pairs that I'm looking for are right here. I have 3 positive x's and 1 negative x. So when I put them together, there's my zero pair. That goes away. What I'm left with is 2 x's. But I still have the negative 8 there. So negative 8 plus 2x. On the right side, again, I had a positive x and a negative x. They've zeroed each other out, so that goes away. But I still have my positive 2, so equals 2. Now, if you remember from our work, I have these 2 x's, but right now they're kind of hanging out with these 8 negatives. To get rid of the 8 negatives, we're going to add 8 positives. And I'm going to do that to each side. And again, to show our work, we're just going to record that. I added 8 positives to the left side, 8 positives to the right side. If you have to keep extending your little train tracks, you can keep doing that. Okay, again, what I notice is that there's my zero pair. So that goes away. What I'm still left with on the left side is 2x. On the right side, what I have now is I have 10. So 8 plus 2 positives is going to give me 10. Now, I have not solved for x because to solve for x, it says that we need to find the value of 1x. Well, here's where we do have our x's on one side, which is good, but I need to take all these tiles on the right side and divide them up into these 2 groups. So when I do that, I can see that 1x is equal to 5 tiles. And if you want to show your work for that then, what we're showing is that we took each side and we divided each side by 2. And what we got is we got 1x by itself, and each group is going to have 5 tiles in it. And then to check our work, I know that negative 8 plus 3x equals x plus 2. Negative 8 plus 3 times 5 equals 5 plus 2. And negative 8 plus 15 is 7, and 7 equals 7. Kind of running out of room there. But so since I have the same amount on each side, I know that my answer is x equals 5. So I've solved for x.